In this video, we'll be comparing 5 different 50mm lenses. In no way is this a comprehensive comparison of every 50mm lens that's available to you, but I hope it will open your eyes to a few different options and show you some of the pros and cons of each. Let's take a look. A 50mm lens will most likely be your first lens purchase after you pick up the kit lens for your camera. So after you watch this video, make sure to research as many 50mm lenses as you can and see which one best fits your needs. In this comparison, I'll be focused on how well these lenses work for shooting video. While sharpness and clarity matter, sometimes the look and feel of a lens trumps how technically sharp the picture is. For each lens, I'll analyze the approximate price, its overall build quality, and the condition of the images rendered. If you plan to build a kit of prime lenses, I'd suggest not only to start with a 50mm lens of your own, but also remain within the same lens family for your other prime lens choices. This makes it easier to adapt all of your lenses to a single camera, as well as buy all the necessary accessories. First up to bat is the Zeiss 50mm Planar T ZE F1.4. This lens is a true gem among modern lenses. It's made completely out of metal and has a smooth follow focus which rivals many cinema lenses. For this quality, you can expect to pay $725 for a brand new version. This price seems high to me, especially since you can buy other vintage lenses that are much less and built just as well. My major complaint for this lens is the electronic aperture adjustment, which does not work well for video. At least with a completely manual lens, you have the opportunity to declick your aperture ring so it can perform smooth f-stop adjustments. As you can see from our test, the footage looks absolutely incredible with rich color rendition. Many filmmakers rely on Zeiss lenses to produce professional looking results, and in this case there's no doubt you will be amazed by the performance of this lens. However, the price entry point is a little steep for most beginning filmmakers who may want to take advantage of a more budget-friendly option, which produces similar results. Next, we'll be taking a look at the Leica Summicron 50mm F2. This is an extremely impressive lens in both its build quality and optical performance. You can expect to spend about $450 for a decent version of this lens, which is a much more enticing entry point than the Zeiss Planar T. No, this is not a brand new lens, but they were made at such a high manufacturing level that if you buy a lens in good condition, you will not ever notice it was used before. These lenses are completely manual with a long, smooth focus throw and manual aperture ring. Of all the lenses I've tested so far, this is by far the sharpest at every aperture level. It also produces some of my favorite footage to color grade because it renders warm, rich colors and creates a low level of contrast, which provides plenty of detail to work with in post. I cannot recommend Leica-R lenses enough. Yes, they are a little bit higher in price, but you will not be disappointed. It's no wonder that many brand new lenses made with Leica attached to their name are some of the best performing ones out there. Leica-R lenses are known and trusted by professional cinematographers for a good reason. Next on our list is the Canon EF 50mm f1.4. This lens was originally designed as a low entry point into the newer Canon lens lineup. It's certainly inexpensive compared to many other brand new 50mm lenses out on the market, costing only $330. It's no surprise then that you can expect a low quality lens for this price. It's made entirely out of plastic, completely electronic, and the manual follow focus barely functions properly. Based on our tests, it does not look particularly sharp wide open, and the color rendition is blah at best. It's not overtly displeasing, but I'd argue that there's really nothing interesting about it either. I'd say the most significant thing about this lens is its ability to blur out even relatively close backgrounds into a beautiful bokeh. For this reason, it seems to have a cinematic look, but I'd prefer a lens that creates pleasing sharp images over good bokeh. Our last two lenses that we'll be taking a look at are by far the least expensive and extremely popular for this reason. The Canon FD 50mm f1.4 is an incredible bargain when you compare its price to performance. For about $50, you can pick up a lens like this one in very good condition. I'd have to say it's not overwhelming at first glance. The lens is made partially from plastic parts, has a manual aperture ring that's hard to adjust, and it's incredibly difficult to attach to my camera. Nevertheless, the picture looks really remarkable for what I paid. At f2.8 and above, the images look very sharp, and a special multi-layer coating on the front lens element provides high contrast with consistent color balance. This lens produces a unique look with a lot of character, which is why I think so many filmmakers are drawn to it. The last lens on our list is by far the most remarkable in my opinion. This is the Minolta MD Rokkor-X 50mm f1.4, which you can pick up in great condition for $100 or less. It's not the cheapest on our list, but the build quality is remarkable and captures stunning images. This is the same case for many Minolta MD lenses. The Rokkor-X has an incredibly smooth follow focus with hard stops on either end and snappy manual aperture ring. While there are a few plastic parts, it has a solid build construction, which will last for many decades to come. During my tests, I was really impressed by the images rendered at lower apertures, especially at f1.4. The lens's sharpness really doesn't shine until you stop up to f2.8 and above. I'd argue that this lens contends with even some of the most expensive lenses out on the market. One thing to also note is that the Minolta MD Rokkor-X 50mm does show noticeable vignetting at lower aperture settings. I believe this adds to its unique character, however some people may not like this effect. The vignetting does not seem to correct itself completely until you reach f4 and above. All 5 of these lenses are really remarkable, but I'd say only a few are worth the money if you wish to use them for filmmaking endeavors. I'd highly recommend looking into the Leica-R Summicron 50mm f2. This is my go-to 50mm lens for all my shoots because it produces the most pleasing results in my opinion. Just know these lenses are not cheap and are sometimes hard to come by. If you're on a budget, I'd look into the Minolta MD Rokkor-X 50mm f1.4 or its predecessor, the Minolta MC Rokkor-X PG 50mm f1.4. These lenses were built at the same high standard as Leica-R lenses and offer some incredible results. Most importantly, any lens can create incredible looking images in the hands of the right filmmaker. It's up to you to find a lens that you feel comfortable with. I'd keep watching reviews and sample footage until you find one that looks right and fits your budget. Click on the links provided to learn more about these lenses, and as always, feel free to subscribe for more filmmaking reviews and tutorials from yours truly. Thanks for watching.